Hello everybody. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing tonight? Wherever you are in this great big world, I hope you're doing alright. Today is Sunday, March 4th, 2024. And I am slowing down. I have decided to take one video at a time. Because like I said in a community post a while ago, that I have all these ideas for videos and just don't know where to start. But let's start with the harder one. If you have been reading my community posts and follow my posts on Facebook, I've let it slip here and there that I have taken into godspousing. Now, godspousing can go one of two ways. It can go grounded in logic and rationality, in more like a psychological, your higher self type deal. Or you can go in the theistic route of that, because you all know that I do believe in all that I have seen, but I will do everything in my power to prove that it is a natural cause before I will say, this is paranormal, this is outside of our laws of nature. The scientific method. I just don't jump the gun and go right into it. However, you can also go on the other side, which a lot of TikTokers, Discord, and it stems from the My Little Pony fan base, because that's where a lot of that came into being. It just transferred over. Believing that these gods, goddesses, and demonic entities are your actual physical spouse, that they protect you and you protect them. Delusional nutcases. The type that shouldn't be practicing magic. Right there on people who believe themselves to be Therians and otherkins and fictionkins. Terminal crazies. But I'm not one to judge. Well, harshly anyway. The way I personally see godspousing is in the same vein of nuns dedicating themselves to celibacy for Jesus Christ. And up to a certain point, priests would do the same. They would take a vow of celibacy and become devoted to God and Jesus. And that's where I really see godspousing is a higher form of devotional unification, that you are dedicating yourself to this one particular entity, whether they be God or goddess, demon or daemon. And I have done this with Ereshkigal. I have partaken a godspousing ritual that I gained through Gnosis. I acquired all the items needed, and I was given a sigil, which I will get to in a minute. And I performed my devotional union on Valentine's Day when I got home from work. There was an incantation, there was some wine. And I was given a sigil to solidify this union. And I am one of the devoted to her. Being said, when this came about a couple of years ago, I had asked, does anybody know anything about godspousing? And my friend, Dancing Corpse Witch, on Instagram, had a blog where she talked about her experiences. I read them, and I came to her with a question, saying that my astral visitation to Ereshkigal, she gave me a sigil, and my friend, she said that the same thing similarly happened to her, that she was given a sigil. Now, I did not know that. I was completely blown away. She doesn't talk about it much, and for good reason. Brings out all the delusional wackadoos. I was just blown away by this revelation that, my astral journey was real. But I was given a sigil, and over 2 years, or a year and a half, it has drastically changed to its final form. And this is our unification symbol. Going forward, I will be taking notes, and I will make this into a separate video over one of the things that this spousing adventure will be leading me into. I'll be recording notes. Again, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you know. And to be perfectly honest and to be perfectly fair, I really don't care if people have a problem with this or think I'm crazy. I mean, I really don't care. In case you haven't noticed, the world's going mad, so I'm just taking this as a higher form of devotion. Again, in the same vein of nuns being devoted to Jesus. And this is going to open doors for further gnosis, further spell work that goes beyond the constraints of any published works on Ereshkigal and other Mesopotamian deities and pantheon. Tapping into the goddess of the dead energy. And it's a perfect fit because when you're dealing with Ereshkigal, it's not an easy task. It's pretty much people who have a hard life click with her. If that makes any sort of sense. So, me being devoted to her fully, what does that mean? Does that mean I can work with only her and no other goddess? No. I can work with other goddesses. I can work with her sister, Ishtar. Except for I cannot claim any other goddess as my main patroness. Like, well, Ishtar, for example. Many people in Mesopotamia claimed Ishtar as their main patroness, their main goddess. You know. And if you've read anything between Ereshkigal and Ishtar, It's kind of the older sister versus the younger sister. And in some forms, the prettier sister versus the, well, not so pretty sister, but in my mind's eye, in the astral. And I hate to say it like this, but Ereshkigal comes off as the hot MILF. And we all know what MILF stands for, so she comes off as the hot MILF. Just as gorgeous as Ishtar. And this can be enacted on meditation, channeling, Black Mirror scrying, or just random bouts of revelations throughout the day. Just be like, oh! But in the other video, I will be going over what one of the main things I'll be doing with this. And surprisingly, I can wear my Luciferian red sigil, the one that I had purchased to celebrate my initiatory beginning into Luciferianism and apotheosis. For completing that, and to wear my 8-pointed star. Now, on the Luciferian website, it says Utu and Inanna, double-sided pendant, but if you ever really looked at the Mesopotamian pantheon, a lot of the Dingir, or the gods and goddesses, have some variation of the 8-pointed star. And on the banner that is above my main not an altar workspace is the 8-pointed star made of bones to the west, and then to the east is the normal 8-pointed star for Ishtar. So I equate the 8-pointed star with Ereshkigal. So, and yes, I do work with Ishtar as well. But again, I cannot claim her as my other main patroness. I'm allowed to work and to learn, but I cannot proclaim. And my friend Lady K of Lady Kapira Unk mentioned that the Egyptians would do something similar. So, there is historical evidence, but I'm choosing to be faithful to one, I guess, is how you would say that. I don't know, it's 2 a.m. in the morning when I'm recording this, so if this makes sense, please let me know. And with that, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to try to be more consistent. And if you have any questions, comments, and or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you'd like to come find me, my links are in the description. I will be putting my friend's Dancing Corpse Witch blog in the description as well, so check her out. She's really cool. She too is also of a similar mindset between myself. Believes in the unseen world and yet walks the line of rationality. And with that, I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Cool runnings. Irie Ites.